Well, today in our View from the Capitol, we're speaking with Congresswoman Elizabeth Esty, who's had a busy past few days talking about ways to curb gun violence. First of all, let's start off with yesterday in Danbury with the Vice President. Did you see or learn anything new yesterday in those conversations?
Well, we've been having a lot of hearings in Washington as well, so it was actually really useful to hear the feedback here in Connecticut, which really jives with what we've been hearing. One of the takeaways I had, which I thought was very interesting, was from the retired police detective in New Haven, who talked about, there was a discussion about the role of fear. And he made a really important observation that, you know, in the inner cities, it is also fear. It's not just fear that we see with folks who are gun owners who are concerned about losing their gun rights in this conversation, but you also have in the cities as well many of the people who have weapons themselves feel threatened. And I thought that was an incredibly important observation about work we need to do as a society. If everyone's feeling threatened and fearful, it should not surprise us that we're seeing so many weapons being sold. It should not surprise us that we're seeing so much passion around this. And that's a deeper issue that we need to help find ways other than guns for people to feel secure and safe.
Right, and that the urban angle is really another angle that
Absolutely.
we're hearing more about now. Really the fact that it's not only about assault weapons, but it's also about the handguns that every day in our big cities are killing people.
Absolutely, and that's why we wanted to have a panel. We wanted to have panels that really talked about it, not simply as these horrific mass shootings, but the 30,000 people a year dying are sons and daughters on street corners, getting on and off school buses, and that those issues are really significant, and we can't address one without the other. We really need a holistic approach.
You and I had been at your first town hall meeting in Waterbury this week, which was a crowded room, very emotional arguments from a lot of people who are gun rights advocates. And I'm wondering how you include their concerns in the whole conversation and what you bring back to Washington.
Well, I think it again underscores what I've heard before, is that people are passionate about their Second Amendment rights, as they are about many aspects of the Constitution, and that needs to be taken into account, and we need to find ways to reassure people that we are respecting the Heller decision, we're respecting the Second Amendment, and offering everyone a seat at the table to help solve this. And that's why I've been having so many discussions and meetings, and including gun advocates and gun owners at the table to say, we can all agree too many people are dying. You tell me, how do you think we can fix it? And we're getting some good suggestions, and I felt really good about that.
And in 5 seconds, are we going to avoid sequestration?
No. Unfortunately, that was the word I got yesterday. Steny Hoyer was here helping me with a roundtable discussion, and I'm afraid it does not look like we're going to avoid it. We're here. I ought to be in Washington. The Republican House members sent us home. We're going back. I'm going back on Monday. I hope we can avoid it, but currently right now, I think we're looking like we're heading towards sequestration a week from today.
All right. Well, we'll be watching. Thanks so much.